something about the way, especially for us millennials, our generation has been told to mold our bodies into certain ways. And thank God we have more body positive outlets these days. But I think a lot of us are struggling with that in our minds of how to love ourselves and also dress ourselves in a way that we can feel great when we're outside. And I was hearing it over and over again. And it was honestly really sad because, I mean, I'm not saying I haven't struggled myself, but hearing that, you know, how much they can't wear a dress because their hips are too big, or they can't wear that because of this. And I was like, that's not true at all.
Yeah, I was gonna ease into this one, but I feel like we just need to like go for it, because that is something that I think every woman can relate to, that at some point in our lives, like I know for me for years, it's like I can never wear anything that's like backless because like I need to make sure I got my bra on. Like, you know what I mean? Yep. Like there's things you just like immediately rule out, or there's some people that it's like, I don't want to wear anything that's like a midi because it makes me look even shorter or whatever, or this is too clingy to my stomach and I would need to wear shapewear and then I'd be uncomfortable. And people just, without even trying it on, without even knowing how it actually would look.
Exactly.
Excuse me. I'm just getting so passionate. I have a frog in my throat. I'm sitting here. How it would look. I know. They're like they just have this idea in their head of what it's going to look like. And it's almost the fear of that idea being right. They don't even try it because they don't want to be disappointed.
Yeah. Which is a whole other psychological thing, right?
A whole other thing, exactly. But I'm curious for you, like, what as you know, this person that they're looking to, and for guidance and for encouragement and for help, how has that been when you're having those conversations with clients about body image and feeling insecure about certain areas?
I mean, so we all have our insecurities, and I'm not asking people to ignore them entirely. But I also am asking my clients to tell me what they love about their bodies. Is there something specific that you want to highlight or show? And so instead of coming at it of like what you hate, let's talk about what it is you love, so that maybe we can switch that conversation a bit and hopefully start changing that conversation that you're having with yourself on a constant basis of what isn't working. And I have to be gentle about it because it's a lot, it's many years of self-talk that we have. And a lot of, right? And a lot of social ideas of what is good for our body, our culture, all of that. And it changes, of course, but, you know, I think trying to like wade through the muck in your brain of like what's actually true and what is something that has been put upon you to believe in your body. It's honestly just kind of getting rid of that number thing, you know?
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're sort of flipping the idea on its head a little bit. You know, we're aware enough to know those ideals are very deep rooted, like you mentioned. You're not going to fix that overnight. You're not going to put on a new outfit for her and she's going to be like, I forgot everything I ever thought about. But what you can do is slowly but surely sort of chip away at it. And a great way to do that is, well, what are the things you do like? And let's try to highlight that and then get that confidence. And then once you have on so many outfits that you've felt really good in, maybe then they'll want to experiment and branch out a little bit. And it's like baby steps. It sort of takes time to like work up to that. But I love that idea of, rather than avoiding what we don't like, leaning into and embracing what we do like. Yeah. That's really cool.
And I mean, even like kind of what you're saying, like, oh, taking baby steps. Oh yeah, I'm not sitting there and saying, okay, today you're gonna wear hot pink, and they're like, I've never worn a color in my life, you know? We have to start with what's comfortable, and I love when people say that, oh, I can't wear this because XYZ. Whatever story they've told themselves about why they can't wear a skirt that looks like that or a top, the second I hear it, I was like, challenge accepted. I was like, I don't think you've tried the right thing or the right cut. Let's see what we can do to change your mind.
Interesting.
I say that because that was myself even years ago. I remember when I was, I had this was way before I had the job at the gallery, but I was working in a women's clothing store, and it was kind of run like a boutique, and they encourage us to go and try on all the clothes. And there'd be many times where I'm like, oh, this is going to look ridiculous on me. You all wait. And then I would put it on and I'd be pleasantly surprised. And so the more I did that, the more I realized I'm like, what is this story I have in my head about this doesn't look good on me or that doesn't? So it's always a challenge when a client's like, I can't do that or I can't do this. I'm like, just humor me.
Yeah, just you wait. Let me show you.
Yeah, and it's amazing how I can flip that on their head. And I think once we do that, it starts to open up their mind to the possibility of feeling really good in things that they thought they could never feel good in.